Hi, this is Bob Neubauer. I'm one of the administrators here at Miamisburg High School, and welcome to the MHS Workforce Development Podcast. Today we have actually one of the episodes I was most looking forward to because we have students talking. Today we're going to kind of promote some of our tech prep programs here at the high school, and I'm going to go ahead and ask some of our guests to go ahead and introduce themselves and let us know which program you're in. We'll go ahead and start with Daisy and work our way around.
Yeah, my name is Daisy Fisher, and I'm a senior in the exercise science program.
My name is Maddie McGowan, and I'm a senior in the media arts program.
My name is Brenna Sloan, and I am a senior in the Miamisburg MVCTC FFA program.
My name is Kara Cable, and I'm a senior in the Infotech program.
My name is Colton Lemons, and I'm a junior in the Engineering Principles program.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I think a lot of our families don't realize what great programs we have here at the high school. I know I even talk with some of the seniors. I think it's easy to see the media arts program because of the announcements and the way they're visible around the school. But I don't think people always recognize those options that are available to us. And I was wondering if you guys could tell me a little bit about, so they're essentially two-year programs. Something like ag and our FFA can be done a little bit sooner than junior year, as well as the intro to engineering and robotics. But the other programs you will actually apply in your sophomore year for junior and senior year. So I would just love it if you could tell me a little bit about some of the things you do within your program and what has kind of stood out to you. We'll kind of start with Colton and go this way.
Okay. So for engineering principles, the first class you take is Intro to Engineering. It has really kind of wrapped around the whole 3D modeling aspect of everything. You really get your hands on technology that kids are using in college, and then all of these other tech preps are using around the world. You do a little hands-on in pre-engineering, but the engineering principles class that is offered for the second year, you do a lot more hands-on activities. Like recently we built a catapult to help calculate like the launch angle and the max height. So That's great. A lot of physics work too.
That's great. Go ahead, Kara.
So for Infotech, it's two classes kind of in one period, so it's a longer period. And then you go through like online courses to help you learn pretty much all about computers, like if you have to take it apart and replace something, to set up a network, that kind of thing. And you're trying to work towards getting certifications because that can help you get ahead in the future. And sometimes you'll also be able to actually like take apart Chromebooks that have already been damaged. So like if you need to replace the keyboard or a screen or something like that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you talked about certifications. Some of those will allow you to work directly out of high school, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I know you talked about taking some computers apart. I know we're working with our district technology department where eventually the students in your program will actually be the ones repairing broken Chromebooks within the district. So there's some students getting certifications on that now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost everyone's gone through the program now, and we're just waiting to actually get the Chromebooks that we need to be able to take the actual test to
Great.
Be certified.
That's fabulous. Brenna, can you tell me a little bit about your program?
Yes, the agricultural program, you don't have to apply and have like an interview type of a thing. You can just sign up whenever you're doing your scheduling, and you can go all 4 years of high school in an agriculture class. It changes from year to year, and so you can get a wide range of knowledge, all from agriculture. And we go on a lot of field trips, we do a lot of hands-on projects, and we do a lot of studies where it shows how much actually goes into agriculture and the FFA and how many moving parts there are. And we really like to focus on the amount of work that people actually go into. So with the FFA, we study Parley Pro for like 2 weeks, and then we actually do parliamentary procedure. And then with some of our other projects. We just study them for a while, and then we actually execute them.
And some of our listeners may not know what FFA stands for. Would you kind of go through that?
Absolutely. FFA stands for Future Farmers of America. It's an organization to really open up the public eye to agriculture, how many moving parts there are, like I said, and
Great.
it just,
That's wonderful. Thank you. Maddie, can you tell me a little bit about exercise science?
Media arts.
Media arts,
Yep.
sorry.
You're fine. So you sign up, like you said, your sophomore year, you apply for it. You go through an interview, and then once you're selected your junior year, you take Media Arts 1. That is pretty much like a builder for what you do your senior year. You get your hands on all the equipment and like learn how to work stuff and with like learn how to work stuff with morning announcements. And then your senior year is when you really do the morning announcements. You produce Bevo every week, which those are some of our like more known projects. But sometimes we will record sports games. We'll do different things for teachers. So that's all like stuff that people don't really see. But that is really an important task for that we do.
That's great. Thank you. Daisy, now you're exercise science, so tell us a
Yes.
little bit more.
Yeah, so very similar to media arts. You apply your sophomore year, you'll go through an interview process, and then your junior year. Honestly, your junior and senior year are pretty similar in exercise science. Once you're a senior, you're kind of expected a little bit higher expectations. You're a professional at this point. So in the classroom, we spend about 2 days a week, and then about 2 days a week in the weight room as well. Classroom days are usually at the beginning of the week. We do an assignment over like terminology, just like surface level type of stuff, getting familiar with the topic that we're learning about. And then later in the week, you'll do more in-depth questions, or more often than not, we are designing a workout or an exercise program that will lead the class through the next day usually. So yeah, we do a lot of that, and then that all goes towards working to compete in the Exercise Science Tech Prep Showcase. That's in usually I think March.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will get into groups with our classmates, and we will choose a topic that we want to study, and we'll gather research online. We'll test students and teachers throughout the building who are willing to help us with our projects. We analyze that data that we find, and we put it all into a project where we'll go to the showcase at St. Clair and present it in front of the judges. And we usually perform pretty well there, and that's really exciting for us. We are always I remember being nervous as a junior to compete. That's kind of the first time like I was put in that kind of situation where I'm like professionals are looking at me in the like exercise science world. So that was fun, but yeah, we're definitely prepared, and I was a little nervous, but then once you go there and you see like, wow, we're over prepared and we know what we're talking about, so that's really fun.
Yeah, I'm really glad you mentioned that, because that is something that last several years we've had teams compete there and do really, really well. We've had the best in show. We've had a lot of first and second place prizes there. Do really well, and that's competing against the other CTC programs, competing against any tech prep within other high schools. So it's just a great opportunity to kind of show what you know, and really put all of that work that you've put into the program, kind of showcase that to others. And it's great to see, and it's really great to hear the feedback from the professionals, because they're people who are living it day in and day out, and they have really, really good things to say about our students, and that's an awesome thing for me as an administrator to go and see that. Yeah. So it's a wonderful thing. The other thing, and I want to ask one question of you, Daisy. You guys also go out and help some of was it middle school or younger? Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so actually just yesterday, this week we're at the middle school. So every quarter, the seniors I should say first, second, and third quarters, the seniors will go to the middle school and help with the middle school fitness testing like we all remember doing in middle school. So that's like the sit and reach, the flexed arm hang, sometimes the pacer, and the curl-ups. So we just go down there and we help administer those tests to them, which we are well prepared for through what we do as juniors, which is fun, just to go down and hang out with the middle schoolers too and kind of show them what kind of things they can get into once they get into high school. So yeah, that's really fun. And then I was also going to mention about the Tech Prep Showcase, just like cool connections that you can make. I had a judge last year that was really, really sweet. She actually was a Sinclair student and was at the, what was it that we did?
When they brought their exercise science program, fabulous.
Yes, so she was there, like presenting her project to us when she came here, and it was just neat because then she was my judge at the Tech Prep Showcase, and she was so nice, and she like gave us her like social media, and like she's like becoming a personal trainer, and she was like, hey, if you guys ever like need anything, like reach out to me, and so that's really neat because that helps us like build connections with professionals, as well as like that helps her like get experience into what she's going into.
Absolutely, that's a wonderful thing. That's great. And I know not all of you, but all of the programs had a chance to go do a really cool thing a few weeks ago. We did a 7th grade career day, and we had all of our programs represented there. And I will say that the feedback from the 7th graders was very, very positive in regards to our high school programs. Very interactive, really, they were very engaged. So some really cool feedback. So that's nice that our middle school students are getting a chance to see what you all do as well. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about maybe any future plans that you might have and how you think your tech prep program may have prepared you for those future plans. We'll go ahead and start with Daisy and go back around.
Yeah, so after graduation, I'm planning to go to a 4-year college to study sonography and eventually become an ultrasound tech. Exercise science has prepared me in many ways, I feel. I came in as a junior with a different career path than I am now, so that was really helpful. We did 1 unit on it last year as a junior, and we kind of just like went through some careers, and I was like, wow, this, like, I wanted to be a PT, and I was like, this is not for me, and so now I've like completely re-navigated and found something that I'm also interested in. And then from a preparatory standpoint, we've learned so much about exercise, about the body, the health and fitness fields. But more importantly, almost, I feel like Russo has done an amazing job of establishing like important social skills in us that most kids don't have, and most kids probably won't even leave high school with, honestly. And that makes all the difference in the professional world, is who has the proper skills to collaborate and communicate and work well with adults. So
that's crazy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Maddie.
When after graduation, I want to go to Ohio University for education, and I was thinking yesterday when I was looking through the questions, how has media arts helped me in with a major in education? But like going up when we're filming Belvo, going and talking to complete strangers and having to sing in the commons during lunch, things like that have definitely prepared me to be like, okay, maybe no one else will be talking, but that is still something that I can do, and I can get up and talk in front of people. Also, just so many aspects of communication and teamwork. We have 4 people in our group for media arts, and we can clash sometimes on our ideas, but knowing how to work through that and problem solve through that has all definitely really helped me.
Great. Thank you. Brenna.
I am planning to go into agricultural real estate, and with our program, like I said before, we really go through every aspect of what it takes to get food on your table, what it takes to make your clothes, whatever it may be. And through that process, I learned that everything really starts with the land that people buy, and without land, people can't plant crops, they can't have cattle, sheep, goats, any of that. So the program allowed me to see that I wanted to be where everything started. And again, with the social skills, we do a lot of group projects, we do a lot of presentations and writings, and it helps you get your speech a lot better, and it helps you be able to talk to a bunch of different people, because when we do group projects, we don't just stick to one group every single time. We go to different people, and it opens up your horizon.
That's great. Thank you. Kara.
I would like to go to Miami University to get a degree in computer engineering. And I think that my class has definitely helped to put me a few steps ahead with certifications. And it's also helped me to be more knowledgeable on computers and, you know.
Does it, do you feel like it has given you good exposure on, is this something I want to do as a career?
Yeah, it's definitely helped. I've struggled with what I've wanted to actually do for my career in the past, and after joining this class, that's definitely helped me realize that this is what I want to do, and I enjoy doing it, and it's helped me to also kind of narrow down like what specifically, because with technology, there's a pretty vast variety.
Yeah, it's kind of wide open, so great. Thank you. Colton.
So I plan to go to college for athletics and get a degree in mechanical engineering. I'm unsure right now if I want to get a bachelor's or a master's, but after I get the degree, I want to go and get employed for the Air Force and kind of help kind of redesign and make these new aircrafts that are upcoming for the military.
So you feel like the coursework and the content that you're taking is just a good prep for you to take that next step?
Oh, yeah. The engineering classes that are offered here, I mean, they really help out. I mean, they go over everything that you would need in college. They really give you kind of a, like, foot in the door, kind of head start in front of everybody else that goes to college without the opportunity to take these classes. So some of the assignments that we do in the class are already assignments that Mr. T, the teacher, had taken when he was in college. So he kind of really gives us the opportunity to kind of get exposed to these college assignments and what it's going to be like to be an engineer really early on.
That's great. So what I loved hearing in your responses is not only was it kind of career exposure and career exploration, but it also gave you those skills that you need to kind of take that next step or to kind of separate yourself from some of the others that are applying for the things that you want to do next. And I would agree. I know Mr. Russo, actually all of the teachers really put a focus on that. And I think that's such a huge thing. Even if you're still a little bit unsure about what comes next, you've gained some skills and you've kind of pushed your own boundaries and have been willing to step outside of your own comfort zones. And that's always going to make somebody a better employee and just more successful in whatever endeavors they do. So as we wrap up, the last question that I'd like to ask you all is, if someone is out there listening to this, whether they're middle school, whether they're 9th or 10th grade, and they're considering maybe applying or maybe trying to get into one of the tech prep programs, what advice would you have for them in regards to whether or not they should or should not do that? We'll go ahead and start with Colton and work our way around.
I'd say go for it. The big thing is, even if you're unsure of what you want to do in college, it's a great eye-opener. It gives you a list of all these possibilities you could do in college. So I say just take a chance with it, open up your mind to different things, and just go for it.
Great. Thank you, Kara.
I think that if you feel you have some sort of interest in computers at all, to take the class, and it will definitely help you to realize whether you do like it or not and what specifically you might like about it, and that will definitely help you out.
Great. Thank you, Brenda.
I would say even if you don't have any interest in agriculture, or if you do want to go into an agricultural branch of study or into a career, it's not all about going out to a farm and actually doing the hard labor. You learn where your food comes from, you learn how it's made, what the process is, and you get to learn really how many people go into everything around us. And it's just, like I said, even if you don't want to go into a career path, you get to learn more about what you put in your body, what you sit on, what you wear.
That's
you get
great.
more information about everything you're around.
Thank you. Maddie.
And I'm going to take what Colton said, kind of just go for it. We've all kind of said stuff that maybe we didn't know what we wanted to do, or maybe we did, but you still learn a lot of valuable traits. no matter which tech prep you go into. Obviously, I have to say, media arts has been such a great opportunity for me. I've gotten to meet so many people and have so many different opportunities, which anyone can have, really, if you just sign up for it and go for it.
All right, Daisy.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of had the same thing as like go for it. Yeah, it's a really great opportunity, and I will add, even if you're not like, like interested in any of this, these classes are 2 periods a day for 2 years, right? So this is like a family. Like you really just have a surrounding around you all the time of the kids that you're going to be like with for the next 2 years, and you really do just get close to them and have a good bond with them. So that's always fun. Like I go into exercise science and I know like these are my people in here. So yeah, I say go for it. And don't be intimidated by like what everybody's saying. Like it sounds like, wow, they know what they're talking about, right? But like we're having fun at the same time we're learning, and we're having a good time. So it's definitely worth it.
That's great. And even if go ahead, you.
I wanted to add one more thing, is that in our program here at the high school, you don't have to stay just as a student. In our program, you can even like excel to becoming a officer.
Oh, okay.
Which is basically, our officers in our program are a group of kids that direct our fruit sales. They direct our trips out of state. Our treasurer, they get together our budget, and then with everybody else, we just work together as a team. And through that even adds more experience, because through being an officer, you get to go to the schools, you get to go out of state to national convention, and you get to just do so many more things.
That's great. Thank you for adding that. So I feel like I'm lucky enough where I get to see different groups of students going through this process, year after year. And what I see of students leaving is leadership skills, communication skills, students that are more confident often in their own abilities. And that's going to take you very far in life, wherever the next steps take you. I had a student last year that applied, got into a program after one semester, was basically like, this is not at all for me. And they're like, I kind of feel like I wasted my time. And I'm like, but you learned it wasn't for you. And that's sometimes as valuable as learning it is for you. I've known students that have gone off to 4-year schools and then have gotten these degrees and then get a chance to go get into a career field, and that's when they find out they hate it, and now they're trying to pay back student loans and everything else, where this is just a great opportunity to kind of get some real world experience, to develop those fantastic skills that you guys have been sharing about. But also, most of you end up leaving those tech prep programs with a Sinclair scholarship. So even if you choose not to use that and go somewhere different, that opens more horizons and opens more opportunities for you, which is another great thing. So I'm super, super impressed with what you all had to share today, and I thank you very much for that. We are really proud in Miamisburg of our programs. Just thank you as ambassadors of your program for coming out today and sharing with us, and we hope you have a great rest of your year. Thank you.
Thank you.